Welcome. My name is Aaron Engelman from Two Teachers Tax Service here in Lyman, South Carolina. Today, we're going to talk about the new IRS rules for 1099-K reporting. Form 1099-K is used to report payments processed through third-party networks, so think PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, etc. The initial federal reporting threshold, which took effect in 2011, was $20,000 or more in gross payments and more than 200 transactions. This means that anyone using a service like eBay would have their transactions reported to the IRS and to them if they had $20,000 or more in payments and more than 200 transactions. Both conditions had to be met before the companies would issue a 1099-K. The changes. The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 lowered the reporting threshold to $600 or more, with no transaction minimum for the 2022 tax year. This created concern for many users of payment platforms. Some who use Venmo for business purposes and also for personal purposes might see some of their non-taxable personal transactions mixed with their business transactions, which are potentially taxable. Because of this, the IRS delayed implementation for 2022. For 2023, the IRS declared another transition year and maintained the threshold at the original $20,000 and more than 200 transactions. For 2024, the IRS announced a temporary threshold of $5,000 or more with no minimum transaction count as part of a phased-in approach toward the lower minimum reporting thresholds from the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Now in 2025, the original reporting thresholds are back, once again at $20,000 or more and more than 200 transactions. This change was made as part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act and is retroactive to 2022. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act of 2025 definitively reinstated the pre-2022 federal threshold of $20,000 or more and more than 200 transactions. Despite federal changes, states can set their own reporting requirements. Many states have lower thresholds, including some at $600 or less, which payment processors must still follow. Regardless of whether a 1099-K is issued, all income from the sale of goods and services is taxable and must be reported on a tax return. What this means for you, so let me give you a Venmo example. A self-employed hairstylist uses Venmo to collect payments from her customers. She provides $30,000 in services and has more than 200 transactions. This same stylist also reimburses friends for meals, vacation getaways, and sometimes gives Venmo gifts to family and friends. The total amount of these transactions is $10,000. The stylist could potentially be issued a 1099-K with $40,000 in gross payments, even though only $30,000 of those payments are taxable income and $10,000 is personal. Reimbursements, gifts, coffee at Starbucks. The stylist should keep excellent records separating their business income from their personal transactions to avoid taxation on those personal transactions. What this might mean to you as an eBay seller. A baseball card collector sells cards on eBay. They purchase the baseball cards at estate and garage sales in their hometown and surrounding areas. Over the course of the year, they sell these cards in 250 transactions on eBay with gross payments of $21,000. This baseball card collector does not owe taxes on $21,000. They owe taxes on the difference between what they purchased the baseball cards for and the transaction price on eBay. Good record keeping would list each card and the price originally paid, that's called the basis, as well as the selling price on eBay. There are other deductible items for taxes, such as postage fees, eBay fees, and maybe even mileage. So in conclusion, the 1099-K reporting threshold has been changed many times in the last 5 years and is finally back to the original reporting requirements. Users of these third-party networks should maintain excellent records so that they are only taxed on sales of goods and services. For self-employed people, remember that all services you provide, like a haircut, are taxable income in the eyes of the IRS. Those who sell on third-party networks like eBay should remember that they only owe tax on gains, not the full purchase price of items sold. If you have any questions, we are a phone call or email away. Contact us at 269-449-8277 or by email at 2teacherstax@gmail.com. Thank you.